What's up, DJs? This is DJ Endo, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the brand new Traktor Scratch Pro 2. Now, you've all seen the teaser videos, you read all the debates, and heard all the rumors, and now all the secrets have been revealed. To celebrate Traktor's 10-year anniversary, Native Instruments has just unleashed the next generation of Traktor products and the next generation of the leading digital vinyl system in the world, Traktor Scratch Pro 2. Let's take a look at what's new in Traktor Pro 2. One of the major goals in Traktor 2 was to make the decks in Traktor more visible when you're performing on stage. Traktor 2 has adopted a new waveform technology called TruWave, which gives you more high-resolution waveforms and also gives you a deeper insight into the spectral qualities of the music, allowing you to see into the music more. There's now 4 new waveforms in Traktor 2 that you can choose from. Each of these waveforms can be zoomed in on a sample level, allowing you to set sample-accurate beat grid markers and cue points. I found that through training some of the Traktor-endorsed artists, every artist has their own personal favorite waveform they like to use. The first waveform we'll take a look at is the Spectrum waveform. The Spectrum waveform will give you a detailed, colorful overview of your tracks, and will show you what frequencies are in the track and highlight any percussive elements and other sonic frequencies as well. The Spectrum waveforms are similar to Traktor Scratch Live's colored waveforms, but are much more detailed. I found Spectrum to be a favorite among the hip-hop artists. 2 of our Traktor-endorsed artists that are using the Spectrum waveform are DJ Craze and DJ Scribble. So my favorite waveform is the infrared waveform. The infrared waveform comes from Traktor Pro 2's colors, but we jazzed it up a little bit and made it more neon orange, and this looks amazing on stage. The next waveform is the X-ray waveform, and this comes from the Traktor S4 software and is a black and white waveform. One of the most popular waveforms in Traktor Pro 2 is the ultraviolet waveform. This is the waveform of choice of DJs such as Sasha, David Morales, Carl Cox, Dubfire, Nick Fanciulli, Victor Calderone, and Josh Wink. Ultraviolet is great for doing 4-deck mixing since there's not too many crazy colors, but you can still see what's happening in the track since this mode still shows the frequencies clearly. So you might notice in the decks that you don't see many controls. This is because there's a new waveform view called Essential View, which only shows the basic controls such as play, cue play or absolute relative mode, and loop length. This view is great for DJs who like to keep it simple. Here are some other deck views you can check out in Traktor Pro 2. In micro view, only the stripe is showing and it's similar to a CDJ waveform display. In small view, only the looping buttons and play buttons are showing along with a bigger overview of the waveform. In full mode, both waveforms are showing, allowing the overview of the track, aka the stripe, and the more zoomed in version of the waveform is showing a zoomed in view of where you are in the track. Also, the loop buttons and transport buttons such as play, cue, cue play, absolute mode, and relative mode are shown. In advanced waveform view, this shows everything that's shown in full mode except the advanced panel has been added, which gives you more control over your cue points, loop manipulation, and beat gridding section as well. Another cool feature in Traktor 2 is the different grid modes. The grid lines in Traktor are the white lines that show every beat or transient in the track. You can choose if you want to see these lines or not. There's 3 different grid modes: full, dim, ticks, and invisible. Another improvement in regards to cue points is the option to store beat marker as hot cue. A lot of the Traktor artists that I train do beat grids and load markers for every track they play. The problem is that a lot of the time the beat marker and load marker usually fall on the same beat. With the store beat marker as hot cue turned off, the beat marker no longer takes up an extra hot cue slot. So you can have a beat marker and a load marker or cue point all in the same beat without taking up 2 hot cue slots in your cue section. Another new addition to the decks in Traktor Scratch Pro is the new scope views. The scope is where you can see a visual picture of the timecode signal coming in from your turntable or CDJ. One of the new features is that you can also minimize the scope by clicking on the little arrow inside the scope record to show more of the waveform. One of my favorite new features and probably the most significant update in Traktor Scratch Pro 2 is the new syncing ability when using timecode. Traktor now has a new soft sync or tempo sync feature that allows you to keep sync permanently on when using timecode, and Traktor will keep the BPMs permanently synced for all of the decks without syncing the phase. With the new Audio 10 DJ, which has 4 phono preamps, you can now mix 4 Traktor decks using 4 turntables and play all 4 turntables in perfect sync all night without having to set beat grids for your tracks. Another handy feature as far as the syncing goes is the option to sync phase when exiting loop. This comes in handy if you're using small loops that are under 1 beat in length. When you're looping at these small lengths, the deck might temporarily go out of sync, but as soon as you turn the loop off, the setting will turn the sync back on and everything will realign. Traktor Pro 2 now features the powerful new sample decks and loop recorder. In Traktor 2, you can turn any of the 4 decks into sample decks, or even use them as live inputs, which allows you to play actual CDs or vinyl records through that deck. To do this, you would just click on the letter inside the deck and use the drop-down menu and choose what kind of deck you want to use and if that deck is going to be controlled by timecode or not. Now, speaking of routing audio, one of my favorite features in Traktor Pro 2 is that you can now combine multiple decks into one output. So for example, you could run the preview deck through the same channel as deck D. This is useful if you want to use the preview deck, but also want to have the option to use a 4th deck out of the same channel. Now last but not least, Traktor 2 comes with 4 new groundbreaking effects that allow you to tweak your tracks to the max. The new effects are tape delay, ramp delay, bouncer, and auto bouncer. This is DJ Endo, wishing Traktor a very happy 10th birthday. It's time to take your DJing to the next level with Traktor Pro 2.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself, become a part of our community, and make music.